This, do some cinematography there, right? Do like a one shot, kind of zoom in. Thank you so much. Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours.
Miles Scott, also infamously known as Fat Kid, was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia at just 18 months old. During his gruesome treatments, he was fascinated with the idea of superheroes. So when the San Francisco Make-A-Wish organization asked him what he wanted more than anything else in the world, it was to be Batman. Once this request traveled around San Francisco, thousands of volunteers, supporters, city officials, and businesses all rallied around Miles as he battled villains and solved crimes. Now at 16 years old, Miles is cancer-free and lives a healthy life. Because of donations and volunteering, all the proceeds went to finding new treatments and developing resources for kids just like Miles. Children with terminal diseases and their families are being consumed by the idea of watching their children slowly becoming shells in themselves and need some type of normalcy and relief in their life. By supporting Make-A-Wish, you can provide a future for kids and their families and provide them with a positive reinforcement that everything's going to be okay. We chose this topic because we want to bring a light to children's eyes during their times of struggle. Not only that, but we want to raise as much money as possible for facilities, doctors, and researchers to help find new ways and advanced ways to help the lives of 500,000 kids who suffer with critical illnesses like cancer, heart defects, lung disease, and brain tumors, just to name a few. In total, over $400 million has been donated to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and you could be the next donation that brings a child and their family hope and joy that will last them a lifetime. In this speech, we will discuss 1, the problems that the kids and families are facing, 2, how to support the cause and make an impact, and 3, how donating fulfills the wildest dreams for these kids. So with that being said, my colleague Jonathan will take over and talk about the problems that these kids and families are facing today.
Every day, families across the country wake up to the reality that their child is battling a critical disease that not only faces them with medical challenges, but also emotional, financial, and psychological battles. Children who go through these intense treatments miss out on school, friendships, and the simple joys of being a kid. As for their parents, it's much more challenging for them, stretching them thin between caregiving, work, and mounting massive hospital bills. Just imagine this 7-year-old child spending more time in a hospital bed than being outside playing with their friends on a playground. And while she's asking for an extra hour of playtime, her parents are begging for the strength for her to get through another round of chemotherapy. Sadly, the children and families facing these critical illnesses is not a rare issue. It's a widespread and urgent problem. According to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they state that a child is diagnosed with a critical disease every 20 minutes in the United States. That's around 72 children every single day who are suffering from these critical illnesses. Once again, these critical illnesses have affected countless families and children. In fact, according to the American Charities Foundation, they state that each year, 27,000 children between the ages of 3 to 18 are diagnosed with a life-threatening illness every year. So every year, around 27,000 families have experienced the feeling of a doctor opening that cold room hospital door and delivering them the news that their lives are about to change for the worse. But don't worry, my partner Jacob will talk about the multiple ways you can help these children and families.
There are so many ways to support these kids in need. The best way to help, the best way to support them is through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The mission of the Make-A-Wish Foundation is to create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. By supporting Make-A-Wish, you can change the lives of millions of kids around the world and become a wish granter for them. The best way to support them is through donating. As you can see, the best way to donate is through money, of course, but at the same time, you can also donate stocks, airline miles, hotel points, and even a used car. At the same time, also goods found around your own home. Because of donations just last week, 302 wishes were fulfilled for kids all around the world. On top of that, you can also volunteer and organize events, or even be a wish granter. The first wish that was ever granted was to Christopher James Lucius, a 7-year-old boy battling leukemia whose only dream was to become a police officer. But the city of Arizona all volunteered and banded together to provide that wish for him and grant it for him. That one wish paved the way for millions of other kids' wishes in the future to be granted. Lastly, you can also follow social media, like YouTube and the Instagram. Down there, you can also donate through those websites. And lastly, here's some statistics to show how much your wish can change one life. 87% of WISH alumni, kids whose wishes have been granted in the past, state that their family experienced traumatic stress because of their critical illness. And 95%, and as their wish was granted, 95% of WISH alumni state that their wish improved their emotional well-being, helped overcome feelings of sadness, and helped them feel more hopeful. At the same time, 85% of WISH alumni state that their wish helped them overcome feelings of hopelessness, depression, and loneliness. You could be that person to improve their mood and change who they are. Lastly, my partner Charles will talk about how best way that you can help these kids out.
Wouldn't you like to see the bright, joyful smiles that these wonderful children have, fulfilling their wishes? Well, I tell you this, if you didn't donate to our organization, such as Miles Scott's, hearing Miles Scott's story, it's such a surreal moment, him being a Bat Kid and living his wish. But what if he didn't live out his wish of being Batman? I tell you, what if our foundation wasn't able to provide enough funds to allow him to do this? In the end, you feel like a horrible person due to the fact that a kid living with cancer couldn't be able to be his wish, which was being Batman. However, donating to our charity will make you feel so happy about yourself. It will make your personal morals feel so good. A study from the Charity Aid Foundation dated 2024 stated that 96% of people felt that it was their personal moral duty to give to those that were in need. So imagine this being you. Imagine you helping out a kid who was facing a deadly disease. It would make you feel so much better about your life due to the fact that you got to help out a kid that was in need. Your donation shows that you do care about these children, such as Lynetta, age 7, who is battling cancer. Her wish was to meet her best friend, and Sadie, age 8, facing a deadly heart disease, and her wish was to go to American Ninja Warrior. Same with Johnny, age 17, facing the same deadly heart disease, and his wish was to become an officer. As well as Deani, age 5, battling cancer, and his wish was to have a playhouse in his backyard to play with his siblings. Your donation shows that you do care about these kids and many other kids that are in our organization. Now that you know how helping our organization, donating to our organization will help, let us conclude.
So you've learned about the problems that these kids and families are facing today, how to support the cause and make an impact, and how donating to the organization fulfills the wildest dreams for these kids with critical illnesses.
So get up and make a difference in a child's life today.
Wouldn't you want to be that person that helps a dying child by donating to our foundation?
Make that wish today by scanning this QR code, and with your support, you can make a change in this kid's life. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3.